The scene kicks off with an astonishing revelation. The presidents of 10 major universities have descended upon Shanghai City and are already at Lu Fan's house, eagerly waiting for a personal interview. Aunt Hank stares in disbelief. All this for one student. Meanwhile, Chinio awkwardly explains her presence, and Lu Fan, still recovering from the exam madness, raises an eyebrow. Aren't we moving a bit fast? The results just dropped. Mr. Qin Shanghai, ever the smooth operator, steps in when the university president saw footage of your, shall we say, electrifying performance. They dropped everything and rushed here. He leans closer with a grin and a hushed tone. That video? Only senior officials and the Dragon Capital have access. Let's keep it that way. Then, switching to business, he adds, as for Princess Jingu, the situation is under control. And a certain mysterious teacher is eager to meet you. With a hand on Lu Fan's shoulder, Mr. Qin Shanghai assures, no need to worry. Everything will be arranged smoothly. Just then, Chinio approaches Lu Fan, nervously holding out a purple card. I wanted to thank you earlier, but... Well, Jingu kind of ruined the moment. Lu Fan's eyes widen. Their previous deal was for 100,000 dragon coins. This card? Worth a jaw-dropping 10 million. Mr. Qin Shanghai laughs heartily. This is the Qin family's way of saying thank you, in style. He then shares another surprise. An escort will arrive in the evening to take Lu Fan to Jian Park, where a luxurious villa awaits, awarded by the city for topping the entire province. Hank, now overwhelmed, steps in between Lu Fan and Chinio, who turns beet red and snaps, Dad, stop teasing. Lu Fan and I need to go. We've got an appointment with the academy officials. Meanwhile, deep in the forests near Shanghai City, a black jeep skids to a halt. Out steps Princess Jingu, cloaked in arrogance, flanked by her elite guard. Report. What's the status on the other dragon tamer? Hong Tai, her loyal subordinate, salutes and reports, Chun Tanji has reached level 19, and his armor dragon is at level 14. Jingu raises an eyebrow. Impressed. Dragon tamers really are full of surprises, leveling up like maniacs. Cut to Chun Tanji himself. He's locked in a fierce battle with a monstrous beast. The ground shakes with each blow. Leaping high into the air, Chun avoids a devastating strike, then counters with a critical hit, level up to 20. Watching from afar, Jingu nods. Not bad, at least I didn't waste that dragon egg. Chun bows respectfully. I will not bring shame to the royal family. But Jingu isn't here to hand out compliments. You'd better not. The last one failed miserably. She then makes a grand announcement. Chun Tanji shall now wield the dragon lance. The air grows tense. Anyone got a problem with that? Hong Tai replies instantly, as you wish, your highness. With the legendary spear and his armor dragon, Chun Tanji feels invincible. Lu Fan, I'm coming for you. Jingu's thoughts linger on Lu Fan. His score is classified, but rumors say it's over 300,000. TCH. Her rage simmers. Engrave Lu Fan's name into your soul. Do not rest until you defeat him, and bring me that black dragon, Shia. She leans in, voice icy, succeed, and you'll be the greatest dragon tamer in Tai, second only to me. Chun bows deeply, I swear it. As she turns to leave, Jingu sneers, at least you had the brains to take my offer. Unlike him. Before departing, she sends Kai Hong Tai to Shanghai City. Find out which university Lu Fan plans to attend. Fail, and you are re-finished. Kai nods grimly, knowing the stakes. Back in Shanghai, at the stunning Qin family villa, Lu Fan and Chinio walk through the garden. Chinio, cheeks flushed, glances at him and quickly blurts, "So, have you picked a school yet?" Before he can even open his mouth, she waves her hands nervously. I mean, it's not me. It's my dad. He's just super curious, that's all. Lu Fan chuckles. Looks like fame isn't his only problem now, love might just be knocking too. As Lu Fan and Chinio strolled through the elegant Qin family villa, Chinio hesitantly brought up something her dad suggested. He thinks we should apply to the same academy so we can look out for each other. Lu Fan, ever cool and collected, nods with a smile. Teamwork is important. We've made a solid team before, especially in, say, sudden monster ambushes in the middle of nowhere. Chinio chuckles but can't hide her worry. She doesn't know Lu Fan's exact score, but she fears the distance between their abilities is growing. Inside, she makes a silent vow, no matter what, I'm going to catch up. I'll apply to the same academy as him. I have to. Lu Fan, reading her determination, gently smiles. Sounds like a good plan. With that, he pushes open a grand door and walks straight into a chaotic interview that felt more like a royal auction. Inside, a chubby man draped in priest robes jumps up with excitement. Lu Fan. It's really you. That entrance exam video? Legendary. Sitting beside him, a mysterious masked woman calmly adds, "You re the first dragon tamer in history to actually have a dragon companion. The entire nation's watching you now." She cuts to the chase. As top scorer of the southern province, have you decided which academy to join? Lu Fan opens his mouth to speak, but the fat man from Jiangnan Academy can't hold back. Why even think about it? Come to Jiangnan Academy. We're offering 10 million dragon coins per year, unlimited potions, and entry to our exclusive secret realms. The masked woman scoffs, trying to bribe him with spare change. Please. We're heads of the top academies in the Dragon Kingdom, not merchants at a street fair. Red-faced and flustered, the fat man fires back, fine. Northern Academy will double it. 20 million dragon coins annually, and access to our Snow Kingdom's top secret realm, reserved just for him. And just like that, the room erupts. One head yells, "We've got better resources." Another jumps in, "We'll let him explore 3 hidden secret realms a year." Even the janitor outside probably wanted to throw in a scholarship. Amid the chaos, Lu Fan stands there, dumbfounded. I thought this was an interview, not a bidding war. Then, silence. Gayan, the composed head of Dragon Capital Academy, steps forward and drops a bomb. Dragon Capital Academy controls this year's national trial quota, and we're offering it too. Lu Fan. The room freezes. The fat man stumbles a step back. Wait, you're serious? The national trial? For him? The masked woman slams the table. This is outrageous. He just changed professions. Other nations have been training their candidates for years. Lu Fan raises a hand like a student asking a question. What exactly is the national trial? Gayan explains, calmly but with weight behind every word, the national trial is a collaboration between 23 nations. Once every 3 years, each country selects a young warrior under the age of 25. No national-level experts allowed. It's a trial by fire, deadly, rare treasures hidden within, and the whole world watching. He pauses, then adds, and those who pass don't just graduate. They become national-level experts. The envoy from Northern Academy, now sweating bullets, pleads with Lu Fan, join us. We'll ensure your training for the trial starts immediately. The Jiangnan envoy looks about ready to faint. This is unfair. You can't use the trial as bait. Gayan doesn't flinch. From top scorer in the province to ruler of the Dragon Kingdom. That's the path we offer. Just as Lu Fan tries to process all of this, a system notification blinks in front of him. Ding! New treasure map acquired. Location? Map quality, high sender, unknown. Lu Fan stares blankly. Well, that's not ominous at all. Lu Fan blinked in surprise. A new divine treasure map? It had been ages since the first one changed his life, leading him to Black Dragon Shear's egg. Now, curiosity bubbled in his chest. As he examined the glowing map, excitement surged. It's located inside Dragon Capital Academy. That settled it. Gayan, still watching him closely, asked, "So, are you satisfied?" Lu Fan gave a calm yet decisive nod. "Yes. I've made my choice, I'll join Dragon Capital Academy." But before Gayan could start celebrating, Lu Fan added, "I do have one more request." Gayan tilted his head, curious. As long as it's not outrageous. For days later, Lu Fan stood outside Hank's steam bun shop, closing the shutters for the last time. The familiar creak of the hinges felt final. Hank sighed, her voice nostalgic. "I never imagined I'd leave this place after so many years." Dusting off his hands, Lu Fan replied with a soft smile, "We've got a villa now. And savings. There's nothing holding us back." She looked at him, eyes misty with emotion. "Feels like just yesterday you were a scrawny kid knocking on my door. And now look at you." Just then, A car pulled up, and out jumped Chinio and Timon, waving like overexcited tour guides. Time to go, Aunt Hank. Dragon Capital awaits. Timon beamed. She announced that not only had she applied to Dragon Capital Academy, but so had she and Chinio both passed, and all thanks to Lu Fan. We're officially classmates now. Oh, and Chinio's family even chartered a private plane for us. Fancy, huh? Chinio blushed furiously, trying to shut her up. Hank, surprised by everything, turned to Lu Fan. Wait, you really asked Gayan to help me get in? Lu Fan nodded. You've always been more than just family. You deserve this. Gayan had agreed to vouch for Hank, though the final say still belonged to the academy. But it was a shot, and that was enough to bring tears to Hank's eyes. Back then, I dreamed of going to an academy like this. I just never thought I'd get the chance. Lu Fan gently patted her shoulder. Then don't cry. Let's start this new life. Chinio smiled and shouted, Okay, team. On the plane, we've got treasure to chase and classes to sleep through. The plane landed in Dragon Capital, a bustling metropolis so alive and electric that Hank couldn't stop staring out the window. Is this really where we're going to live? She whispered, awestruck. Chinio pointed out the market where rare recipes were sold like hotcakes, while Lu Fan's eyes locked onto the towering spires of Dragon Capital Academy in the distance. But the peaceful moment shattered when a luxury car rolled up. Out stepped none other than the bratty Princess Jingu, with Hong Tai opening the door and Chun Chenji standing stiffly beside her like a bouncer with something to prove. Jingu's eyes locked onto Lu Fan. Her irritation was palpable. Great. Why is she everywhere I go? Lu Fan sighed internally. Chun Chenji took a step forward, clearly spoiling for a confrontation. But Jingu snapped, Stand down. Without Ron Chongfeng's backing, we don't start anything here. Grumbling, Chun Chenji backed off, for now. Chinio leaned in, whispering to Lu Fan, Wasn't she the princess who came to study in our kingdom? My dad mentioned someone like that. Timon, sensing the tension, tilted her head. So what's her problem? Did someone snatch her last dumpling? Before Lu Fan could answer, Gayan arrived, eyebrows raised at the awkward standoff. You don't know each other. She seemed genuinely surprised. Lu Fan, Chun Chenji, you are both dragon tamers. The twin stars of the southern province. Lu Fan blinked. He's a dragon tamer too. Before the shock wore off, Chun Chenji stepped forward, barely hiding his contempt. I've heard your name more times than I care to count. Lu Fan, drained from the trip, rubbed his temples. Can we not? We've just landed. Hank eagerly agreed, tugging his arm. Let's go before this turns into a duel. Gayan nodded and offered to show them their accommodations personally. If anything isn't to your liking, let me know. Orientation begins tomorrow. As they left, Jingu huffed and dramatically turned on her heel. I'll handle my own arrangements, she snapped, walking off with her entourage. Lu Fan glanced at her retreating figure. Why do I get the feeling this year's going to be anything but peaceful? The group finally arrives at the dormitory district, but this isn't your usual showbox room with bunk beds and instant noodles. Gayan gestures toward a pristine gated section with elegant villas lined up like royalty on parade. Welcome to the first-year villa zone, she announces. There are only 30 villas in total, and who gets them? Only the elite, the top 30 scorers from the entrance exam. Lu Fan? Naturally ranked number 1. His reward? Villa number 1, the crown jewel of the campus. Meanwhile, Chun Chenji, despite his twin-starred hype from the southern province, only made 18th overall. He's been booted to Villa 18. Lu Fan, barely hiding his smirk, thinks it's poetic justice. Twin stars? Please. One of us still has dignity left. Just then, Chinio and Timon share the bad news, we didn't make it into the top 30. Guess it's the student dorms for us. Gayan nods sympathetically but adds, well, the villas are definitely nicer. That's when Hank strikes. She clings to Lu Fan's arm like a seasoned negotiator and bats her eyelashes. Miss Gayan, since Lu Fan is living alone, can we stay with him too? Record scratch. Chinio and Timon go full tomato mode, blushing like their crush just read their diary out loud. Gayan, to her credit, considers it professionally. There's no rule against it. As long as the villa's official resident doesn't object. Hank turns to Lu Fan with her secret weapon. You really want to give up my special cookies, Lu Fan folds like wet paper. I don't mind. Victory. Hank cheers and grabs Chinio and Taimon in a group hug. This will be perfect. It'll boost our teamwork for realm expeditions too. And there it is. Your long-awaited harem arc just launched. Our Gigachad Lu Fan has unintentionally assembled Team Chaos. Trying to justify the situation, Lu Fan tells the girls, the dorms are really far. If you stayed there, I'd have to walk half the campus just to see you. Chinio blushes again and agrees, while Taimon, still clinging to her big sister energy, adds sternly, fine, but no funny business with Chinio. I will be watching you. Just when things start settling in, a shimmering screen appears in front of Lu Fan. It's the Divine Treasure map, and the location it points to. Villa number 2. Next door. Lu Fan turns to Gayan. Who lives in Villa 2? She explains that she only oversees the Southern Province students. Villa 2 belongs to someone from another region, but she thinks it's just one girl. Lu Fan gulps. I'll go check it out. Hank giggles, bring back a souvenir. The girls, though smiling, go oddly quiet. Lu Fan senses the shift and quickly clarifies, I'm just curious who the second-ranked student is, okay? That's all. As he walks off, Hank whispers with a grin, is our boy finally growing up? Taimon huffs, annoyed. 3 girls already live with him and he still wants to meet the new neighbor. Lu Fan, meanwhile, just wants to find the treasure, honest. He's standing in front of Villa number 2, a cake in hand like a nervous delivery boy on Valentine's Day. Hope she likes sweets and lets me in before she finds the treasure. The door creaks open, and standing there is a girl dressed completely in black. Silent. Unblinking. Zero emotion. Lu Fan flashes his best smile and introduces himself, Hi. I'm Lu Fan from Jianghai City in the Southern Province. I live next door. The girl just stares. Awkwardness intensifies. Trying to salvage the moment, he offers the cake like a peace treaty. This is for being neighbors. A sweet start to our neighborly friendship. No reply. Just blank eyes and a quiet breeze. Lu Fan chuckles nervously. Great. Either she's shy or she's deciding if I'm edible. Still trying to play it cool, Lu Fan offers a warm smile and extends the cake. Let's be friends. Maybe get to know each other better. Right then, the system throws in a twist, party popper, ding, this cake boosts agility by +3 on first use. Hold up, it's a stat-boosting dessert. Lu Fan just handed over a small fortune in calories and combat efficiency. Even so, the mysterious girl continues to stare at him like she's assessing his soul. Finally, she reaches out, takes the cake, and speaks in a soft voice, Jianyang, from Yinbei province. Lu Fan nearly stumbles back, her voice is way too cute for her intimidating vibe. Now flustered, he blurts out the first excuse that comes to mind, I'm, thirsty. Can I come in for a glass of water? Brain, why did I say that? Mouth, too late, boss. But to his surprise, Jianyang simply steps aside. Lu Fan bows in thanks and slips in. But the moment she turns to close the door, poof. He vanishes like a rogue on a timer. Lu Fan sprints through her house like a burglar in a stealth game, treasure map in hand. First stop, the bedroom. Clothes on the bed. No treasure. Not what I'm here for. Probably. Next, bathroom. Nothing but minty soap. Then, jackpot. He opens a barely used room and there it is, a jade dragon egg shimmering with power. The system confirms it, bullseye, treasure map target located, without a second thought. Lu Fan grabs the egg just as Jianyang returns, with the promised water. Lu Fan panic switches to his awkward exit plan, you know what? I'm not thirsty anymore. But thanks. See you at the freshman ceremony. Bye. And he dashes out like he's late for a test. Jianyang stands there, glass in hand, confused. She notices the open bedroom door. Clothes still on the bed. Was he actually just a pervert? Back at Villa number 1, Lu Fan examines the jade egg with Xiao Yi. Holding it in his hands brings back memories, just like when he found Xiao Yi's egg. He activates his dragon taming skills. The egg begins to crack, and out pops a tiny jade dragon, glowing softly with mystical energy. The system rolls out the stats, life spring, constant healing for all allies. Jade light removes debuffs, buffs all stats by 30%, adds 3 layers of damage-blocking blessings. Natural assimilation, absorbs traits from gear. Jade Dragon Bloodline, doubles all dragon skill effects and increases healing by 500%. Blood Contract, plus 10% attribute. Bonus to Lu Fan himself. Lu Fan's jaw drops. This isn't a fighter, it's a team-carrying medic from heaven. With over 600 spirit points, its buffs are massive. Paired with Xiao Yi, Xia's spirit attribute could hit nearly 12,000 mid-battle. And the best part? It can grow even stronger by assimilating equipment. While Lu Fan is nerding out over stat sheets, Xiao Yi is busy playing with her new sister. Until the baby dragon chomps down on her thigh. Hey! No biting your big sis. Lu Fan quickly intervenes and decides to name the new dragon. You'll be called Xiao Pei. Xia's little sister from now on. Xia, unimpressed, glares at Xiao Pei, who growls back like a chihuahua challenging a tiger. Lu Fan facepalms. Okay, both of you, chill, or we'll wake the whole villa. The next morning, Lu Fan, Chinio, and Taimon are walking through the lively campus. It's the day of the freshman enrollment ceremony. Lu Fan mentions that combat and life professions attend separate ceremonies. Chinio confirms that their beloved baker mage Hank is off attending her own. Taimon then narrows her eyes at Lu Fan with a smirk. So, about all that noise coming from your room last night, Lu Fan tries to explain. It was just a baby dragon hat, but before he can finish, 2 students suddenly spot Chinio and Taimon. Whoa! Is that really them? Looks like trouble, or fans, is approaching fast. As Lu Fan, Chinio, and Taimon stroll into the ceremony hall, a pair of wide-eyed boys spot them and nearly fall over themselves. Bro, they're campus belle level. If I could get a girlfriend like that, I'd risk my life in a secret realm, no hesitation. The other guy quickly pulls him back to reality. Yeah? Good luck dating both when there's a dude walking right beside them. Lu Fan? Still blissfully unaware that he's the source of every guy's envy today. Inside the auditorium, Chinio reminds Taimon that teacher Gayan said hidden professions sit up front. Taimon sighs and waves her off. Guess I'll hang in the back, then. Don't want to cramp your mysterious, chosen one energy. Lu Fan scans the room and spots a familiar scowl. Hong Wu, the loudmouth martial artist from the Shanghai City entrance exam. Lu Fan offers a calm, polite smile. Hong Wu? Practically vibrating with rage. Ever since his principal mocked him for placing way below Lu Fan, his pride has been burning like a volcano with caffeine. And now, he's face to face with the reason for his humiliation. Meanwhile, Taimon sits alone, glancing toward the front rows. She nervously wonders, why are all hidden professions grouped together? Does this mean Lu Fan and Chinio will be side by side every day? Not that she's jealous or anything. She totally is. Suddenly, Lu Fan notices a quiet figure sitting right in front of him, Jianyang. He greets her with a nervous smile. Chinio turns in surprise. Wait, you know her. Lu Fan explains she's from Villa Number 2, their next-door neighbor. Chinio's jaw drops. No way. That's Jianyang? She's ranked 2nd overall. Beautiful and strong. Wow, clearly, this neighborhood is stacked. In the back rows, other students start whispering. Man, just being here at Dragon Capital Academy means you're surrounded by goddesses. Yeah, but it's not like we stand a chance. Should we ask for their contact info? Dreams of flirting are short-lived as a tall, sharply dressed man steps onto the stage. He radiates authority and power. Good morning. I am Xiao Xinming, level 78 Thunder Mage, Vice Principal of Dragon Capital Academy and Professor of Combat Magic. ZAP. Even his glasses feel electrified. He skips the fluff and dives right into the rules. Your ID cards will now be distributed. They are not just identification, they store personal points, which serve as the academy's currency. Teacher Gayan moves through the rows, handing them out. Lu Fan glances at his 13,539 points. Points can buy weapons, potions, secret realm access, and more, Xiao Xinming explains. These are based on your entrance exam scores. Suddenly, a student rises, fuming, that's not fair. Some provinces had easier entrance exams. We were at a disadvantage. Xiao Xinming doesn't flinch. We account for that. Each province is adjusted by a difficulty coefficient. The hardest trial, this year, from the southern province, gets the lowest coefficient. Their scores are divided by 96. Lu Fan reflects. So 13,539 is what I get to start with. Not bad, but not permanent. Xiao Xinming isn't done. These points are temporary. In 1 month, the freshman assessment will be held. The top 30 will join the blue class. The room erupts in whispers. What's the blue class? Special secret realms. Exclusive skills. They get to live in the villa zone. Suddenly, even students who had no clue before are fired up. Lu Fan does the math. I'm first place now, which qualifies me. But if I drop out of top 30, I'll lose Villa #1, no pressure, right? The tension in the room thickens like fog on a battlefield. Vice Principal Xiao Xinming cracks a grin as he explains the rules of the prestigious blue class. You think being in blue class makes you safe? Think again. Anyone can challenge you. Lose, and your spot is gone. The crowd stiffens. Oh, and by the way, refusing a challenge? Not an option. The auditorium erupts as a giant screen flashes the names of the current blue class top 30. Right at the top? Dragon Tamer Lu Fan, rank 1. The murmurs start instantly. He's the top scorer? Seriously? Wait, isn't that the guy always surrounded by those pretty girls? How'd that guy beat everyone else? Some try to look him up online, nothing. No test footage. No score breakdown. Must be some spoiled noble with connections, one student mutters. I heard he has a dragon. Even an earth dragon is crazy strong. The seeds of jealousy begin to sprout. Elsewhere, Chun Chenji whispers to Jingu, so, when do you want me to take care of Lu Fan? Jingu plays it cool. Not yet. We probe first. He's still an unknown variable. Meanwhile, Chinio leans over to Lu Fan with a smirk. So, the vice principal just painted a giant target on your back. You ready for that? Lu Fan exhales, dropping back into his seat. Yeah, definitely didn't see this coming. Jian Yang, ever silent, watches everything unfold with calm eyes. As the ceremony ends, Lu Fan shifts gears. Let's go check out the secret realm hall. Maybe I can find materials to evolve Xiao Yi. But just as he turns to leave, Lu Fan. A familiar, angry voice echoes through the hall. It's Hong Wu, the martial artist from Shanghai City. He's pointing right at Lu Fan, eyes burning. Blue class members can't refuse a challenge, right? Then let's fight. Lu Fan blinks, mildly confused. You seriously challenging me? Right now. Hong Wu steps forward, full of fire. No records. No scores. You've got to be some fraud with a few minor subdragons. I'll prove it. Lu Fan sighs, hands still in his pockets. Chinio, step back. Hong Wu smirks. You got guts, I'll give you that. Let's make it interesting, 200 dragon coins. Lu Fan raises an eyebrow. That's it? Is this a fight or a vending machine bet? But he shrugs and agrees, knowing 200 coins is a lot for someone like Hong Wu. The crowd encircles them like kids around a schoolyard brawl. Lu Fan's a summoner, right? Let's see if he's all hype. Watching from afar, Jingu whispers to Chun Chenji, watch everything. This fight is our first glimpse into Lu Fan's real strength. Hong Wu clenches his fists. Golden energy flares around him, charging his body like a human power plant. 1, 2, Taimon turns to Chinio, nervous. Does Lu Fan even stand a chance? Chinio chuckles, leaning on her staff. Oh, you're in for a show. 3. Hong Wu explodes forward, a golden comet of martial rage. His fist blazes with chi energy, aimed straight for Lu Fan's chest. Lu Fan doesn't flinch. He just watches. Calm. Focused. Still hasn't taken his hands out of his pockets. Hong Wu roars, pouring everything into his attack. QI strike. His technique is designed to double damage at weak points. His Kai levels spike. The ground cracks beneath him. But just before impact, Lu Fan vanishes. Hong Wu stumbles forward, punching nothing but air. What? The audience gasps. Chinio grins. Told you. The entire arena is frozen. Hong Wu stands wide-eyed, his brain scrambling to understand, how did Lu Fan just disappear? Was that or the blink technique? That's something only second-tier mags use. Before Hongwu can even finish the thought, Lu Fan reappears, right behind him. I've heard Chong-style martial artists are solid in close combat and range defense, Lu Fan says calmly, voice almost bored. Hongwu spins, startled, only to be met with Lu Fan's piercing gaze and a glowing blue aura pulsing around him like pressure waves from another realm. Lu Fan gives a slight smirk and mockingly waves. This is it? That's all you've got? Gasps ripple through the student crowd. They weren't expecting this, not from him. Burning with rage, Hongwu roars, activating his chi-rising wave technique. His fists fire forward like cannons, each punch sending a destructive ripple of force through the air. The more he punches, the stronger the waves get. But Lu Fan? He's already gone. Sliding between the strikes like a phantom, inching closer with every breath. Hongwu panics. I need to stop him before he summons a dragon. But here's the twist, Lu Fan doesn't need a dragon. He stops just in front of Hongwu, eyes calm, body coiled like a loaded spring. Let me show you how unbreakable really breaks. Hongwu braces himself, flaring his solid as a rock technique. A radiant golden aura explodes around him. His body becomes a fortress, each point of Kai boosting his defense to absurd levels. Come at me. I'm not moving. Bad idea. Lu Fan's leg blurs in motion, boom. A single kick to the chest. Hongwu's shield of Kai shatters like glass. He flies back like a missile, crashing into the floor with a violent thud, blood seeping from his lips. Silence. The audience? Stunned. Lu Fan just one-kicked one of the Academy's top martial artists without even summoning his dragon. A brown-haired student leans to his friend. Wasn't this supposed to be a summoner fight? His blue-haired buddy gulps. Bro, that was a summoning of pain. Another student pales, eyes locked on Hongwu's broken form. Is he dead? Hongwu groans, barely conscious. Lu Fan walks over, calm as ever, hands still in his pockets. He bends down, pulls out his ID card, and places it gently on top of Hongwu's. A bet is a bet. 200 dragon coins, claimed. A system window pops up, plus 200 dragon coins, total 13. 739. Hongwu props himself up just enough to glance at the screen. What he sees next crushes his soul. Entrance exam multiplier, 96x total points, 1, 321, 824. He stares in horror. 1.3 million. Compared to Lu Fan, Chun Chenji's 210,000 is embarrassing. Hongwu's jaw hangs slack. His pride crumbles. His arms tremble. His entire life choice feels like a mistake. He collapses back, spirit broken. On the sidelines, Jingu observes coldly, hands on her hips. Assessment. Chun Chenji's face tightens. He hasn't even summoned his dragon. With your support, maybe a 70% chance of beating him. Jingu scoffs. Not good enough. Meanwhile, Lu Fan casually strolls away, hands back in his pockets like he just walked out of a grocery store. Qin Xiao and Taiman fall in step behind him. Behind them, Hongwu still lies on the ground, eyes open in disbelief, haunted by regret. Why did I ever mess with that guy? Later, the trio enters the secret realm center of Dragon Capital Academy. Inside the towering stone hall, mystical light pulses from every corner. Chinio stands at the entrance, staff in hand, eyes gleaming with joy. Lu Fan, Hank's already inside. Behind her, Taiman strolls in, hands behind her back, a slow, amused grin spreading across her face. She saw everything. And now she knows Lu Fan is no ordinary summoner. Inside the secret realm center, a tall, elegant girl storms into the hall. Hank. Her eyes search frantically until they land on Lu Fan. Are you hurt? Who dared to challenge you? Lu Fan, calm as ever, lifts his tablet with a casual smile. All good. Just a minor interruption. Taiman joins in, practically bouncing with excitement, cheeks flushed pink. It was epic. He sent Hongwu flying, like Air Mail Express level flying. Qin Xiao snickers, teasing Taiman. Didn't you say Lu Fan reminded you of Uncle Sono? Thought he was unbeatable. Taiman blushes deeper. Okay, maybe Lu Fan's stronger. But now I really want to see his dragon. Qin Xiao smiles knowingly. Trust me, Xiao Yi is even more terrifying than you think. Lu Fan steps forward, tablet raised. Found a secret realm, perfect for leveling up. Everyone gathers around as the screen displays the info. Poisonous Spiderwood Forest, level 45 realm entry cost, 45 points team size, minimum 5 Lu fans points, 13, 739 a realm known for its insane difficulty and deadly terrain, basically, the place adventurers go to write their own funerals. Lu Fan sighs, muttering under his breath. If it weren't for Hong Wu, we'd already be leveling Black Dragon Shia. Hank steps forward, worry in her voice. Lu Fan, this isn't a training ground, it's a death trap. But Lu Fan, ever the confident Storm, flashes a smile. Don't worry, I'll protect you all. Taiman, ever practical, points out the math problem. We're 4 people. We need 5. Lu Fan turns to Qin Shio. Got any ideas? Qin Shio scans the hall and spots a girl sitting cross-legged near a pillar, tablet in hand, focused and calm. Jin Yang. As they approach her, Lu Fan wears his most harmless grin. Hey there, long time. Jin Yang cuts him off with a glare colder than frostbite. You again, pervert. A record scratch moment. Everyone freezes. Lu Fan gulps. Oh no, not this again. Hank stares, stunned. Qin Shio blinks in confusion. Taiman folds her arms, eyes narrowing. Okay. Spill. What did you do? Lu Fan waves his tablet like it's a white flag. It was a total misunderstanding. She walked in when I was, never mind. It looked bad, okay? Trying to redirect, he reminds Jin Yang, you're still looking for a team, right? We need one more. You need a group. Let's team up and dive into Spiderwood. Jin Yang eyes him with a frown. For a moment, it seems like she'll reject him on principle. But then? Fine. But stay out of my personal space. Lu Fan nearly collapses with relief. Hank clasps her hands together, smiling. Phew. That could have gone way worse. Lu Fan straightens, hand on hip, grinning. Does this count as team building? Qin Shio chuckles. You just convinced the top student from Yinbi province. Yeah, I'd say that counts. Taiman nods, arms crossed. You've got serious negotiation skills, even if they come with accusations. Jin Yang walks to the portal terminal, not waiting for anyone. Lu Fan steps up to help, but she swats his offer away with a cold look. I can manage. She inserts her ID. The system beeps. Jin Yang, points 8, 744 main exam score, 802, 110 even. Lu Fan whistles under his breath. And I thought my score was high. The portal flares open, swirling with green and violet energy, pulsating like a living heartbeat. One by one, they step inside. The moment they enter, Hank covers her mouth. The air, it's sharp. She's right. The atmosphere feels toxic. Every breath tastes like metal, and the trees ahead pulse with faint venomous glows. In the distance, shadowy webs stretch between twisted trees, like something is watching. The poisonous Spiderwood Forest has begun. And somewhere deep inside, something far more dangerous than spiders is waiting. Dense mist, gnarled trees, and the eerie stillness of death, welcome to poisonous Spiderwood Forest. Shinshio gripped her magical staff, her eye scanning the darkness as the team moved forward. Every shadow looked alive. Every gust of wind carried the whisper of something dangerous. Lu Fan, hands in his pockets, casually followed Jin Yang, who led the way with silent confidence. Taiman, walking alongside, glanced at Lu Fan and asked in her usual calm tone, why this realm? Out of all 49, you picked this one? It's a level 45 death zone. Behind them, Qin Shio said nothing, but the way she held her staff in a white-knuckled grip spoke volumes. Hank, on the other hand, was clearly struggling to stay calm. Her backpack clinked with every step as she clung to it like a life preserver. Lu Fan flashed his usual grin. I searched the entire secret realm list. This one's the best for XP farming. Translation, high risk, high reward. Classic Lu Fan move. Taiman nodded, not pushing further. Just checking. Not judging. To break the tension, Hank suddenly reached into her bag and pulled out a sealed pouch. Snack break. I made experience-boosting travel biscuits. Everyone paused. Wait, food that boosts EXP. Lu Fan's eye sparkled. You're a walking cheat code. He, Shinshio, and Taiman each grabbed one and took a bite, eyes widening as the delicious flavor hit. Hank beamed. Made them with help from my life professor. 20% XP boost for 3 hours. Lucky I didn't mess up the enchantment this time. Lucky for them, not so much for her classmates, who got burnt bricks instead of biscuits. Meanwhile, Hank walked over to Jinyoung, biscuit in hand. She offered it with a warm smile. Jinyoung blinked, caught off guard. Why are you being so nice? She glanced at the biscuit, then looked back at Hank. That cake Lu Fan gave me, was that yours? Hank nodded proudly. Yep. Want more? I can make extra. Just then, Shinshio and Taiman chimed in. She's amazing at cooking. You should totally stop by our place sometime. For a second, the cold, stone-faced Jinyoung actually smiled. A rare, genuine moment in a place built to kill. But the warmth didn't last. Suddenly, Lu Fan's head snapped to the side. Something was moving, fast. Everyone, get ready. The bushes rustled violently. Out slithered a massive black-scaled python, its green eyes glowing like toxic gemstones. Easily level 40, and loaded with 91,200 EXP. Taiman stepped forward, sword gleaming. Mine. Hank quickly shoved the biscuit bag back in her satchel. Shinshio called out, wait. These monsters are high level. We need to strategize. Hank nodded nervously. I can make resistance-boosting food, but I need time and ingredients. Lu Fan raised a hand and shook his head calmly. No need. A glowing ball of energy formed in his palm, pulsing with power. The others stared, unsure what he was doing. Jinyoung's eyes sharpened. His summoning, moments later, with a crackle of light, a small yet regal dragon appeared. Tiny. Proud. Perched right on Lu Fan's head. Taiman blinked in confusion. Wait. That's it? That's the dragon. The little beast flared its wings dramatically, more adorable than terrifying. Lu Fan chuckled. Get off my head, Xiao Yi. Time to show them what you can really do. Qin Shio's eyes went wide in shock. Wait, that's not Black Dragon Xiao Yi. The tiny dragon perched on Lu Fan's head was different. Hank blinked, amazed. Where did this dragon even come from? Why haven't I seen it before? Jinyoung remained silent, her gaze locked on Xiao Yi with a quiet intensity. Suddenly, the black-scaled python prepared to strike. Taiman braced herself, sword ready. Lu Fan didn't hesitate. Sheer, emerald light, now. The dragon's gem on Lu Fan's hand shone brilliantly. The python lashed out its massive tail at Taiman, but just before impact, a green shield shimmered into existence, blocking the blow. The force threw Taiman backward, but the shield absorbed the hit completely. Shinshio rushed to her side, hands glowing, ready to heal. She noticed 3 green leaves hovering above Taiman, one flickered and vanished as the shield took damage. Taiman slowly sat up, realization dawning. The shield protected me, a system notification blinked clearly, J-Dragon Shear's Emerald Light activated, 3 layers of Emerald Blessing applied. Blocks damage, removes debuffs, boosts attributes by 30%. Lu Fan smiled confidently. As long as she is with us, no debuffs or injuries can hold us back. Qin Shio, marveling as she healed, whispered, this isn't just a support dragon. It's a game changer. Stronger than a level 2 priest. Taiman stared in awe. Even a small dragon like Shia can shield damage and boost stats. The moment of awe didn't last long. The black scale python crept forward, jaws wide, ready to snap. Hank gasped. Watch out. It's coming. Lu Fan drew his dagger, eyes blazing with determination. But before he could charge, a brilliant red beam sliced through the fog, piercing the snake's open mouth. The python convulsed and collapsed. Jinyoung stood calmly, bow drawn, having just saved the day with a perfect shot. The group stood stunned, watching the giant serpent crumple. Jinyoung revealed her combat class, Swordmaster. In her hands, the Bloodbreaker sword gleamed with epic quality. It boasted 39 strength 126 agility armor breaker, ignores 30% of enemy defense agility boost, plus 40% speed. Lu Fan nodded in respect but had no time to linger. Jinyoung spun around, sword raised for another strike. Hank, duck! Hank turned too late. A massive spider, eyes gleaming with malice, reared its razor-sharp leg to strike her. Jinyoung's sword slammed down, intercepting the blow just in time. Without hesitation, Lu Fan lunged, pulling Hank to the ground. They rolled clear of the spider's attack. The creature pulled back, revealing a silver-armored exoskeleton. This was no ordinary spider. It was the silver-armored spider, level 40, worth 15,750 EXP. Its deadly abilities included poisonous fangs, mandible-piercing silver armor, immune to armor-breaking effects. Lu Fan helped Hank to her feet, both catching their breath. Jin Young advanced, eyes blazing with fierce determination. The spider struck again with mandible piercing, but Jin Young dodged effortlessly. It tried once more, but she slipped out of range, leaving it open. Lu Fan moved in, dagger ready. He caught Jin Young's eye and urged caution. Her mind raced, analyzing the beast's patterns. With a swift, precise strike, Lu Fan jabbed beneath the spider's jaw. Seconds later, the spider collapsed, defeated. Jin Young didn't stop moving. She flipped midair and warned Lu Fan sharply, "Stay alert. There's more coming." But it wasn't over. From the shadows, more silver-armored spiders emerged, skittering through the bushes like a metallic plague. Their eyes glowed with menace. Jin Young landed gracefully, her expression sharpening. Without a word, she conjured 2 new weapons into her arsenal: Breaking Army Greatsword, level 21 epic, capable of unleashing Mountain Shaker, dealing 210% damage and splashing to nearby enemies. Water-Cold Sword, level 14, dealing ice damage and slowing enemies' movement. She turned to Luan and the rest of the group, her voice steady and serious. "This isn't just a wave. It's a warning." Beyond the lesser spiders loomed a colossal web, thick with shadow. And at its center, a beast. The Black Web Hunter. Level 46, dripping with menace. 39,110 EXP, and skills that made even the bravest flinch: poison fang, venom that ate away at health, web bind, sticky traps that left victims helpless. The ground shook as a spider lunged, but Lu Fan and Jin Young didn't wait to be cornered. With 3 swords hovering protectively around her and Xia clinging to Lu Fan's back like a heroic backpack, they rushed into battle. Lu Fan spared a glance at Jin Young's arsenal. Her weapons aren't just rare. They're forged for war. Before he could ask, a spider attacked. They dodged effortlessly, Jin Young midair, Lu Fan rolling like a rogue. She looked at him, eyes sharp. Sword masters can forge and level their own weapons. I started with a rusty stick. Then, without skipping a beat, she spun through the air, ice swirling around her. With a wave, she conjured a frozen arrow, launching it at the spiders. The frost burst, freezing several spiders mid-lunge. Landing like a ninja on ice, she turned to Lu Fan, "Cool story time's over. Eyes up." Lu Fan grinned. Even in chaos, she was as composed as a dragon tamer. Just then, a spider crept behind her, jaws wide, venom dripping. "Jin Young, duck!" Too late. But Lu Fan was faster. He intercepted the attack with his dagger, steel clanging against fang. "Xia! Emerald light, now!" The little jade dragon soared into the air, tiny claws glowing. A wave of emerald energy burst forth, wrapping around Jin Young. 3 shimmering leaves floated above her, protection granted. She looked back, speechless for once. You just cast a priest-tier buff, with a baby dragon. Choosing offense over gratitude, she clenched her fists and activated Mountain Shaker. Her Breaking Army Greatsword surged ahead, impaling a spider's armored chest, crushing it in one earth-shaking blow. With her Water-Cold Sword still glowing, she twirled it like a ribbon of ice and sliced another spider clean through, frost trailing behind. "Thanks for the buff, Dragon Boy." Lu Fan chuckled. "You're welcome, Swordstorm." He admired her combat flow, Breaking Army for offense, Water-Cold for control. Together, she was a walking hurricane. Meanwhile, Xia fluttered beside Lu Fan, glowing faintly. "Congratulations! Xia has leveled up to level 2. Just as the team started catching their breath, a terrified scream echoed. "Help!" Lu Fan and Jin Young turned instantly. Hank was surrounded. Paralyzed by fear, Hank had fallen to the ground. But Qin Shio and Taiman weren't letting her go down alone. Qin Shio gripped her magic staff. "Taiman, shield her!" Without hesitation, Taiman stepped forward, sword raised, ready to defend Hank with her life. Lu Fan's pulse surged. "Jin Young, find the Black Web Hunter." "I've got them." Jin Young, catching her breath and clutching her chest, flashed him a grin. "Go get them, hero. I'll handle the Spider King." She turned toward the ominous web in the distance, swords gleaming. The true boss fight was about to begin. The spiders advanced, fangs bared and legs twitching, but Taiman stood firm, sword drawn, shielding Hank with all her might. Behind her, Qin Xiao's staff glowed with arcane power as she prepared her support magic. Just as the situation turned grim, a soft green glow lit up the air. Xia appeared, floating above Hank like a tiny guardian angel. With its tiny claws raised, it cast emerald light, summoning 3 shimmering leaves that shielded Hank from harm. Meanwhile, Lu Fan dashed through the chaos, slashing at spiders with precise dagger strikes. Xiang! Stay away from the webs, he shouted. Get caught, and it's game over. Jinyang blinked, surprised by his concern, but the moment was short-lived. For webs shot toward her like homing missiles. She deflected 3 with her swords, the 4th grazing her arm, leaving a burning, sticky cut. She winced. The pain was sharp, but her spirit sharper. Clutching her arm, she retreated into the woods, her eyes still blazing with focus. Lu Fan's heart dropped. Xia, heal her. But before he could chase her, Qin Xiao's voice rang out. Lu Fan! Help Jian! We've got this covered. Taiman, now the queen of parrying, blocked spider strikes like a pro while shouting, Go already! We're not newbies! Lu Fan made his choice. He bolted into the forest, Xia flapping beside him like a jade firefly. The trees closed in around him, webs hanging like ghostly curtains. Then he saw it. The black web hunter's lair. A monstrous web, strung between trees like a sick joke. And at the center, Jinyang. She stood wounded, blood trickling down her arms, one sword snared in the sticky web while she clutched the other tightly. Her gaze burned with rage, but she was clearly at her limit. Not on my watch, Lu Fan muttered. He rushed forward, signaling Xia. The little dragon cast emerald light again, protective leaves circling Jinyang, lighting her up like a warrior saint. She looked back, breath heavy, frustration flickering across her face. I don't need saving, she snapped. Cue karma. The black web hunter launched another web bind. The sticky silk zoomed toward her. Lu Fan moved instinctively, appearing by her side in a blur. You don't. But maybe you need backup. He raised his arm and unleashed his secret weapon. Dragon Claw. His hand transformed into a draconic gauntlet, gleaming with scale-like armor and raw power. Jinyang's eyes widened. That's not normal. With a roar, Lu Fan slashed downward, severing the webbing and crushing several spider legs with one blow. Her trapped sword dropped free. Jinyang stared in stunned silence. He's stronger than I thought. Her sword began to glow. She raised it high. Mountain Shaker, now. Lu Fan nodded. This was their moment. He activated Whisper of Wind, his agility jumping by 15%, and dashed toward the beast. Jinyang followed, sword gleaming. Dragon Fang strike from Lu Fan, his weapon glowing with channeled dragon breath, striking with explosive force. Mountain Shaker from Jinyang, earth-rending power, splashing damage to all nearby enemies. Together, they were a storm. With one final synchronized attack, they cleaved the black web hunter clean in half. The monster's body slumped, twitching, then disintegrated into shimmering particles. Jinyang's bloodbreaker sword pulsed, absorbing the kill. Her strength and agility spiked. She looked at Lu Fan, cheeks flushed. Not bad, for a dragon tamer. Lu Fan grinned. Not bad yourself, for someone who didn't want help. Just then, ding. System notification, Dragon Xia has leveled up to level 3. The tiny dragon tugged at Lu Fan's sleeve, fluttering with pride. Lu Fan couldn't help but smile. At this rate, you'll be level 5 before we're even out of this realm. After a few more monster kills, Xia had clearly gained more confidence, and more spark. Jinyang stepped closer, her expression thoughtful. She looked at Lu Fan, not the fighter, not the protector, but the person. Hey! Can I ask you something?